So, hello Aditya. So, I am Rashmi Prabha and I am here to teach you C programming. And C programming is very fundamental language if you want to make your career in IT. So, it is very important you should have the basic knowledge of what is programming language, and you should know one of the important concept of database management system, because there are so many subjects. As for example, you are the student from class 12. So, I must say before coming to class 12, you have some fundamental base, correct? So you have
Yes,
studied your English, your Marathi subject, your Hindi subject, your physics, chemistry, math, if you are from science background. Similarly, if
yes,
you are from commerce background, so you have certain subject, and on the basis of certain subject, you have built your foundation. So because ki our new education policy jo government ka, there is a new education policy. From that policy itself, there is very important to understand from the sixth standard itself, you have to learn certain programming language, because it is not about you are learning any IT subject. It is about when you are going to learn a programming language, then it is very important because it will develop your analytical skill, your logical skill, your the concept of performing any task that is going to be changed as for your programming skill, correct? Now, so C programming language. So what is C programming language? So first we have to study what do you mean by a language. So what is a language? Language is a medium of communication. As I am speaking to you, you are speaking to me, and the mode of communication is English language. Similarly, each and every person has the mode of communication different: Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, and so on. So language is a mode of communication. If two persons want to communicate with each other, they have to use a common language. Let us suppose if you don't know English, then I will ask you which language is comfortable. There might be a situation, as for example, you are from Maharashtra and I am not from Maharashtra, so I can't speak Marathi. So if I want to deliver a lecture to Marathi student, what I will do? I require a translator. So what is a translator? Do you have any idea about what is a translator?
yes. It converts the language
It
into
converts the
your
language,
language.
yes. As for example, our PM, Prime Minister, whenever he goes to any country, then he can't speak Spanish or German,
Yes,
correct? German language. So there is a translator who translate each and every sentence of him, and he's communicating in the regional language. So similarly, this is about a fundamental concept of language. So before studying what is C programming language, we should always learn each and every individual what is what. So we have understand language. Now my second question is when we have spoken about a language, so we have certain programming language. So why this programming language is required? So we have our computer system, correct? Computer system is a system in which there are so many elements. There are keyboard, there are mouse, there are motherboard, there are so many things, hardware and software, which comprises of a computer system. Now, do you know computer system is a machine, correct? So what is the language that a computer system understand? So
binary.
they're binary, very good. So this is 0 and 1, this is the binary information. So if I am writing, let's say Aditya, correct? So Aditya is a complete word, and this word is the combination of A-D-I-T-Y-A. So this word is the combination of different characters, which are A to Z character. Similarly, if I want to write Aditya, then I will type from my keyboard, correct? So whenever I am typing from my keyboard, so this A will be converted into the form of 01. This D will be again converted into the form of 01 and so on. So this is how the character is converted into ASCII code, and that is again converted into decimal code, and that is again converted into binary code. And this is the language that the computer system understands. If I am writing with this pen tab, if I am pressing the mouse, if I am pressing the keyboard, each and every instruction must be converted into the form of 01, and then the computer will understand what instruction a person is providing into the computer system. Yes. So
Yes,
this is about a programming language, and we have so many programming language like BASIC, COBOL, C, C++, Java, and so on. So this was basically we have understand what is programming and what is programming language. I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Now, let us move ahead to what are the types of programming language. So basically, we have low level language and we have high level language. So what is low level language? It is generally converted into the form of machine level language, that is 0 and 1. And what is high level language? The instruction that I am writing, like go, halt, if, while. So these are the group of characters which are English statement, correct? So these are high level language because we have to convert this WHILE into the machine instruction that is in the form of 0, 1. So these all languages are known as high level language. So these are two specifications for any types of language. Now, let us move ahead. So what is basics of C language? So we have so many things in C language, like C was developed by Dennis Ritchie. So this is just for our information. I have provided this in this slide. So they are not going to ask you who has developed C, but being a student, you should know, because whenever you will go after class 12, whenever you will go for your graduation, so in the graduation, they are giving you 5 marks question, correct, for a semester examination. In that semester examination, you have to write theory as well as your practical. So for theory, it is important you should go through all the theoretical concepts as well. But whenever you have completed your graduation, when you have completed your post-graduation, whenever you will get into a job, either a job can be IT or non-IT, then you must know the practical implementation of C programming. But being a beginner, being a basic learner, you should know the theoretical concept of all the programming language as well. Now, very important, why C seems to be very popular? Because today, nowadays, Python is in the demand. There are so many students, they are asking me for artificial intelligence, they are asking me for data science. So no doubt, in the current market scenario, these are highly demandable subjects. But how you are going to build your concept? For concept building, it is very important you should know Python is an object-oriented programming. So before object-oriented programming, there was C programming. So what is C? Basically, the syntax that we are using in C, the same syntax and similar to that syntax we are using in object-oriented programming like Java, C++, and Python. So if you learn C, then 60% of your Python will be get completed. But it's not about कि if आपने C नहीं पढ़ा है तो आप Python नहीं सीख सकते हो. आप सीख सब कुछ सकते हो, but there might be you will get into the Python very easily when you have studied C. So that's why C has been introduced in the syllabus of any school curriculum. Because when we have done our curriculum, like when I have completed my 10th and 12th, so there was no concept of computer system. Okay.
Yes.
But we have learned the C programming in our graduation. So that is how the things are getting changed. So why C is simple? Because it is very reliable language. It is very simple and easy to use. And very important, we all have the knowledge of Android. So what is Android? It is an system software, an operating system that we are using in our mobile system. Similarly, if I have make this PPT, so this PPT, my computer system it is in Windows operating system. It is running in Windows operating system. So almost all the operating system like Windows, Linux, Android, and so on are implemented in C programming language. So that is how C is very important language. And nowadays also it is not obsolete, but it is still in the demand, but it is very easy language to learn. So this is how C is very popular nowadays itself. Now, we have seen there are two important category of languages like high and low level language. Okay, but I have written over here, C is middle level language. So what is middle level language? Middle level language means it will come in between high and low. So if I talk about a middle level language, so always remember you don't have to learn anything. Just understand middle level language means it has the feature of low level language plus it has the feature of high level language. Now, what is the feature of low level language? That a relatively good programming efficiency as compared to machine oriented language. And if we talk about high level language, that is problem oriented language. So they are a very good machine efficiency and programming efficiency. So in the C language, we have both the capabilities of machine oriented language and problem-oriented language. So that's why we can say C is a middle-level language because it has the combination of both the features of high-level language and low-level language. So that's why it is C is a middle-level language. Now, so what are some of the features of C-level language? So if we talk about features of C-level language, so it can be defined by the following ways, like C is a middle level language. We can also say C is a structured language, system programming language, procedural oriented language, or mother language. Why we are saying C is a mother level language? Because already I have taught you the operating system that we are building, like our computer system, our Windows operating system, our Android operating system, they all are our mother language. So that's why C is a mother level language. Why C is known as procedure oriented language? Because procedure oriented means it is basically functional oriented language. So what is functional oriented language? I guess you are on mute.
No. Yes.
You can unmute yourself. Yes.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
but sound is not coming from here.
Now it is clear.
Yes, yes. Now it is clear.
Okay. See. So structure oriented and procedure oriented. So I will just give you one of the example first, then we will understand. Yes. So this is the basic fundamental program. Okay. So Hello World program. So what is Hello World program? What we understand by Hello World program? So let us suppose if I want to display any message in C programming language, then how we are going to write a program? So for printing, we have certain syntax that we have to follow. Like if you want to print any word, then I have to write print statement in C language. Okay. So in the print statement, we can write hello. So this will print it on the machine. But as C is a programming language and we are learning suppose English level language, then in English level language also we know we have the rule of grammar, correct? Where when I am speaking in English, then we have to follow certain syntax of grammar. So each and every language must consist of some rules. So what is the rule for C level language? So in C level language, it is very important. Each and every instruction must be written in a function, and that function is a main function. Each and every instruction must be written in main function, and that function will be main function. Okay. So in this main function, I have written a simple statement like printf hello world. So it will display output on my screen, that is hello world. Now there are so many things to understand in this language, like what is printf? So I am telling if I am writing P, okay, and if I am writing this symbol opening bracket and closing bracket, whenever I am writing this opening and closing bracket, it means now this is not a character. This character is converted into a function, because this bracket is the symbolic representation of a function in any programming language. Either you study Java, either you study C++ or Python. So this is a function. Now very important, this is a main. In this main also it is written like this. So again, it is a function. So what is a function? Let us suppose this is my mobile, correct? In this mobile, I have WhatsApp app. So what is WhatsApp app? By the help of this application, what I can do? I can send you a text message. I can send you an audio message. I can send you a video message. So someone has developed that application, and the use of that application is for sending text message, sending audio message, sending video message. Similarly, in C programming, if I want to write any instruction, that instruction must be written in main function. You cannot write a single program in C programming without writing a main function. That's why C is known as procedural oriented language. And that's why it is also known as functional language. So either you can say procedure or either you can say function. Both are same. Both are similar words. So that's why I have written printf statement. Now, printf is what? It is a system defined function. System defined function, let's say I am using my Facebook, correct? So Facebook is again one of the application. So a company has developed that application Facebook, but on the Facebook, I am creating my personal profile. And in that personal profile, I am uploading my pictures, I'm uploading my videos, I'm uploading so many things. So I have created my login ID and they have given me rights to whatever you want to do, you can perform the task. Similarly, in the any programming language, we have system defined function and we have user defined function. So user defined function, if we want to write my code, then I have to create my user defined function. And if you want to use the facility for that particular program, then you have to import that function. Okay. So in this program, printf. So printf you are using. So printf is system defined function. That's why we have written hash include stdio.h. So what is hash include stdio.h? You have the idea, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is hash include?
Means hash includes the starting, means we are starting the.
Yes, yes. Hash include means we are including standard. STD means standard. I means input. O means output header file.
Yes.
So let us suppose Aditya is a person. He has a picture of a college, correct? So what you will do in your system, you will create a folder, correct? And in that folder, you will store all the pictures related to that particular event. Whenever your friend will ask you, Aditya, please send me that picture, then you will directly go in that folder and you will just compile that all the pictures and you will send him. Now,
Yes.
I'm giving you another scenario. You are not creating a folder. You are saving your file in D drive, you are saving your file in E drive, and so and so. So when your friend will ask you, Aditya, send me the picture, then what you will do? You will start searching randomly your computer system. So
Yes.
that is not a better programming, correct? So similarly, what C programming, they have the library files. Similarly, in the library, we have the section for class 8, section of class 9. Whenever any student is coming for class 10, the librarian will say, okay, go in that sector and just go and take the files from class 10th row. Similarly, printf is a system defined function and all the necessary syntax that we are using of printf, each and everything is written in stdio.h. So because you are using the system defined function, that's why you have to include that header file into your program. So that is the significance of hash include stdio.h. Now, in the main function, you are seeing that it is written integer. So this is basically a function. When we will go ahead with our classes, then we will learn the function is again have certain syntax that we have to follow, that it is a return type. What is int? It is used to represent integer value. So it is returning some integer value. So that's why it is int. So this was a program and this is how we are giving all the details like what is hash include. It is preprocessor directives. Again, this is a complete chapter. What is preprocessor directives? What is this? This is known as angular bracket. stdio.h, it is a header file which will include all the input and output related function. Now, what is int? So we have written main int. So int is a data type which represent, it will always return integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on till integer. What is main? Main is a function which is executing some particular instruction. So whatever instruction I have written in this main function, so if I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so these are lines of code. So whatever coding I am doing, the whole instruction will be get executed when this function I will call. Now, this is what? This is start of the main function and this is your end of the main program. What is printf? It is an instruction, it is a function, and what is return? It is again a keyword. It means we are returning some value to the main function. So this was the explanation for your simple program when we are writing any program in C language. And this is the fundamental program that each and every student has been taught in their curriculum. Okay. So if you have any doubt till now, you can ask me.
No, not what's.
Okay. So similarly, we have so many concepts that we have to learn in C language, like what is keyword, what is identifier, what is variable, what is constant, and what is so and so. So what is keyword? Any idea?
keywords basically, I know, but I can't, like,
Plain.
yes,
Yes. Yes, it is not coming in the mind right now. So keywords are basically the reserve words. Reserve words. Like we have written main, correct? So
yes, like that one, yes,
you can ask me, ma'am, why you have written main? Let us suppose if I want to write main Aditya, correct? I can also write like
yes,
this.
yes,
So that we cannot use. Why? Because it is written in the C programming language. You have to follow the rules for programming language. So main is a keyword. It is a reserve word. Why it is a reserve word? Because we have system software installed in our software, like we have compiler. So compiler has a special meaning for this main. Whenever it will get this message, MAIN followed by this symbol, it will understand, okay, now the person is going to write a main function. So that is keyword that you cannot change. That is exactly that you have to use. Now what is identify? Identify are simply if I am creating a variable. Variable can be anything, like I am taking number 1, number 2. So this is how we are going to create variables. Constant, like I am using 0, 1, 2, so on. If I'm using 2.5, if I'm using any character, if I'm using any string like combine CS. So this is group of character. So this is a string value. So these are constant value. What is a special symbol? So like on our keyboard, there are special symbols like this is a special symbol, star is there, ampersand is there. So we have so many special symbol in our C programming language. Similarly, on our keyboard, there is less than, there is greater than, there is equals to, there is not equals to. So we have so many symbols because why these symbols are important in C programming language? Because see, if I have to use maths, so in the maths, if suppose I have to add two numbers. So if I'm adding two numbers, then simply what you will do, okay, ma'am, 3 plus 2. So this is 5. So this is a normal maths. If I have to write this program into C programming language, how I have to write the code? So what is 2 plus 3? So first of all, this is known as expression, correct? So this is known as expression. Now, 2 and 3, this is known as constant value. What is plus? This is known as, what is this? This is,
what,
can you say?
operator,
This is operator, very good. And this is constant. We can also say constant as an identifier. So simply what
yes,
I will do, if I have to write the program for calculating the addition of two numbers, then simply what I will do, simply I will write main. Okay. In this main function, I will write integer x comma y. I will assign x equals to 2. I will assign y equals to 3. And then I will write printf %d and x plus y. So this is my normal program to add two numbers. Why? Because now let's see. So what is x plus y? This is known as variables, because variable is user defined. If you want to write number 1, number 2, whatever you want to write, you can write x comma y. Now what is this statement? I am assigning value 2 and 3 into the variable x and y. So what is %d now? This is very important. %d is known as format specifier. So if you want to represent integer value, then on the screen, it is what it will give. It will give me 5. So 5 is an integer value, correct? So if I want to display the integer value on our computer system, then I have to give a format specifier. Which variable I am using? I am using %d. So %d is used to represent integer value. Similarly, if I am writing 2.5, if I am writing 5.5, then the answer will be 8.0. So 8.0 is what? A decimal value. So this decimal is represented like %f.
yes,
Correct? Similarly, we have
yes,
so many format specified that we will see in our coming lectures. Now we have so many constant like numeric constant, character constant, and so on. We have so many symbols, like these are the symbols. So whenever we are declaring any variable, so in the variable declaration, only one symbol is allowed, that is underscore. Why it is allowed? So see, when we are creating any our bank account, whenever we are creating any our Amazon login or any product based, if I'm using any login ID. So there are certain given instruction that if you want to create your login ID, then it must consist of characters, it must consist of number, it must consist of operators or any symbol. Why? Because it should be secured. Similarly, in the programming language also, they have the rules. You cannot use any symbol in the variable declaration, but a single underscore is you can use in the variable declaration. Like I can say number, if I'm writing number underscore first. So this is a long name, number first. So to identify clearly what is the name of the identifier, I will use underscore. Okay, so this is the use of underscore. Similarly, there are so many operators, character and string. So this was terminology related to C. So C. So this is a normal program. If I want to calculate the area of circle. So area of circle, again, this is the max function. Okay. So this is the max function. So what is the formula for area of circle?
R square.
Pi r square. Okay. So this is the normal program. The instruction will start executing from main function. So we know area of circle equals to pi r square. And we already know pi is a constant value. The value of pi is 3.14. And radius, if I am providing 2 as a radius, then it will calculate 3.4 into 2 into 2. So radius. So there are so many things that we will learn. We will learn how to take input from user. So this is the program where we are taking the input. In the previous program, we were just writing 2 plus 3. So whenever we will compile and run that program, it will always give me the result 5. But I am telling no, I don't want a constant value. If I'm storing this value into number 1, if I'm storing this variable into number 2, then I should give the input from the keyboard. Let us suppose if I'm giving 10, if I'm giving 20, then result should be 30. If I'm providing 50, if I'm providing 60, result should be 100. Then how I am going to provide the input from the keyboard? To provide input from the keyboard, we have the function scanf. So it is very simple to learn programming language because scan. What is scan? Scan is just we are using in the photostat machine. So whatever we have the hard-coded document, that document is simply scanning by using the scanner machine, correct? So similarly, each and every instruction that is written in C programming or any programming language, they are beautifully written so that you don't need to cram. See, in the physics or in the chemistry, we have to learn that calculation. In the biology also, we have to learn so many formulas and the what is the process. So, but in the programming language, if you want to make a career in your IT, it is just about what you feel and what you are going to write a program, correct? So scan, so it will simply take input from the user. Now, in this scanner, again, we have to write the format specifier and we have to write the variable name. So this is the variable R. So I have just simply printed a message inter radius. Okay. So inter radius, after this cursor will blink. And whatever radius you are providing from the keyboard, like 2, 3, 4, whatever value you will provide, that value will be replaced over here, correct? And then it will print, it will give you the area. Now, there is important difference between scanf and printf. So can you say me what is the difference between printf and scanf?
Printf means it, like if we write that, so it will display that only, but scanf will apply, means do the operations like what we do. Printf can't do operations.
No, printf is just used for output. Whenever, see, we are taking the classes, correct? So you can see me, I can see you, correct? So this is the output. Whenever we are writing any program, if you want to display the output, then we have printf function. But printf is providing you the output. So how you are going to give the instruction that is input? So that instruction will be given by scanf. So that is, it is used for input and this is used for output. Correct. So this is the normal scenario of printf and scanf, and this is the macro. Macro means that we will study later, because macro is again a very long concept and it is a complete chapter.
Yes.
So it is written over here like printf, it is format string, it is format string list of variables. So there are so many things that we have to learn. So there are data type as well, like we have already seen integer, correct? So similarly, we have primary data type, we have user defined, we have derived data type. So the course that we are teaching, we will teach in C programming language. We will cover all the fundamental that I have already given you on the WhatsApp. Just go through the entire syllabus, because that syllabus is competitive syllabus. If you will learn that C programming, then when you will learn C++, Java or Python, then your 60% content will be already covered. So it is why fundamental is very important to learn. है ना? So there are so many primary data type and user defined data type. If I want to create my own data type, we can also do by the help of typedef. Now, if we talk about derived data type, so in the derived data type, we have so many concepts to learn like array, function, structure, and pointer. These all concepts are very, very, very important. Like if I'm writing integer x, so this is a variable. This variable can hold only single variable. I cannot write 2, 3 because it is not allowed. This variable will occupy only 2 byte of space. So this will hold only 2 value. But let us suppose we are doing a programming. If I want to store multiple values like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then how I am going to do? So for that we have array. In the array we can store multiple values. Similarly, we have the concept of function that is very important, because without function you cannot go ahead, because a C language just start with a function and the function is main function. Structure, pointer, again pointer is very important, because when you will learn object oriented programming, so in the object oriented programming you have the concept of object. So what is an object? Object is just a reference. So what is a reference? If I want to go to Aditya house, so you have to provide me your address. If you will tell me, ma'am, आप पुणे आ जाओ, तो मैं पुणे आके वहां पे चिल्लाऊंगी कि नहीं आदित्य आदित्य आदित्य. You should have to provide me your complete detail. Okay, this is the society, this is my location. Then only I can retrieve you. Similarly, if we are creating a variable, now we don't know this variable is going to be stored where, because we have the computer system. In this computer system, we have main memory, we have secondary memory, we have so many registers, we have so many cache memory. Then where this particular variable is going to be declared? So that we have to study in the pointer, which is simply address. Pointing to which location? So this we will study in pointer. So this is the complete syllabus, like we will go from basic and then we will cover these are the additional features of C programming, and these are the base actually to learn another high level programming language. Because if you don't know the concept of these things, then again when you will learn Java or when you will think to learn Python, then it will get very difficult for you to learn it. So we have so many rich collection of operator in C programming language. Like we have arithmetic, like if you want to do any mathematical calculation, then we have arithmetic operator. Similarly, we have relational operator. Let us suppose if I'm writing 10, so 10 is greater than or is small than 20. We have logical operator like yes or no. We have conditional operator. We have bitwise. If I'm writing 10101, so this is 5. Correct? In decimal number. So if I'm writing 01001, so if I want to add this, so how we are going to add this? So that is done by the using of bitwise operator. So it is all written over here. So if you have any doubt, you can ask Aditya.
No doubts.
Are you liking the session or it is going,
Yes.
I guess?
No,
okay.
no, I like it.
Oh, you like it. Okay. So this is how there are so many, see, these are the format specified that we have seen here. Currently, we have seen only %, that is integer. Similarly, we have float, we have character, and we have so many other format specifiers.
Actually, you were teaching like array and that charts
Hmm.
percentage वगैरह. We
Hmm.
had that in we have it now in JavaScript now.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
it is how, yes. See, if you
Yes,
will learn a single programming language, it will be helpful for each and every phase of your life, because it
yes.
is not about you are learning. See, control statement. Let us suppose if I want to go my college, okay. If I want to go my college now, we know that this is rainy season, correct? So rainy
Hmm.
season, so your mother will guide you. Okay, this is rainy season, take an umbrella. Okay,
Yes.
take an umbrella. Now, there is a condition. Because it is rainy season, then you have to take the umbrella. Now, you have not taken the umbrella and you went to school. Let us suppose अगर rainy बारिश हो गई तो आप क्या करोगे? So this is a case study, and this is a real world case study, correct? So how you are going to implement the same thing in the C programming or any programming language? So by the help of if else. In the if condition, you will write condition, correct? And if this condition is true, then it will execute. If this condition is false, then it will else will execute. So this is control statement. Control statement means you are taking a decision. What decision you have to take? Like flowchart, correct? So we have started from any instruction, then we will go like this, then we will take a decision. Again, we will perform certain action and so on. So basically, the concept of C programming language is derived from where? From flowchart. And from the flowchart, you will learn algorithm. And from the algorithm, there was a concept of pseudocode. And from the pseudocode, we have converted to a programming language. So this is the scenario. Because when we were kid, so we have also seen, okay, if my condition dala, if the condition is true, then that part will be executed. Similarly, this is the control statement. Now we have so many
So,
things to learn, like if, break, continue,
what
and
is
go.
pseudocode?
Pseudocode is C. Pseudocode is like I'm writing begin. If I have to write a program of 2 plus 3. So this is normal. We have written the code for C programming language. But if someone will ask me to write a pseudocode, then I will write like this. This is an English-like statement. Begin. Step 1. Take 2 operand. Okay. Step 2. Take plus symbol. Step 3. Add. Step 4, simply we will write stop. So this is just similar to algorithm. So if let us suppose why these are important, because whenever you will join a company, correct? Whenever you are joining a company, in a company there is a team. A team is working on a complete project. Let us suppose if Aditya joined the company, he is working for 5 years. After 5 years, you left the company and you have not provided the complete documentation for that program. Then when you leave the company, then after leaving, when you will leave, then how anyone else is going to write the code that you have written? So that is why pseudocode algorithm is very important and documentation is very important. So this is how there is a certain profile in IT company, like there is a system analyst who is just responsible for analyzing the whole system. He will communicate with the client, he will gather the information, and then he will document it properly, and then he will provide that information to software engineer. What software engineer will be? He will understand again the all the details. Then he will assign that job to project engineer. Then what project engineer will do? Uske under mein there will be software developer. So he will assign that task to software developer. Let us suppose in a company there are huge project, correct? So on a single project, 1,000 lakhs persons are working. So if they are not able to write algorithm, correct? So they are, who is going to write code? A programmer is going to write code. But there is not a profile for only programmer. There is a profile for tester, debugger, system analyst, database administrator. So there are so many job profiles in IT company or non-IT company as well. So for building your fundamental, which is very important, before go and write a programming language, you should know the logic behind for writing the code. And that is known as algorithm. And that will be very helpful for you to learn, because there is again a subject, data structure and algorithm. That subject is again very important for competitive programming. Like if you want to go in a Google or Amazon, then it is very important you should learn any programming language you have to learn, and side by side you should know data structure, how that complete information is getting to be stored in your actual memory. So what is the complexity? If I'm writing a program, what is the time it is taking? What is the space that is using? Because see, we have a mobile system. If we install Telegram, WhatsApp, then they are occupying space. Then what we are doing? We are deleting it. We are deleting it. So we should have a certain feature in our application as well, so automatically it will delete unused variables. So that is known as garbage collection. So there are so many things to learn in any programming language. Okay. So any else doubt? Because I guess we are just about to complete the demo session, and I just want a feedback from you. You can also give the feedback after this class. Tomorrow you can call me. Okay. So whether you want to join the class or not, or if you are if you want to want one more demo, then that also you can tell me, ki ma'am, I just want to learn. See, because we are in the computer science field, and we are providing all the classes of computer science, like any programming language that you want to learn, that we can deliver the classes. And apart from programming language, because you are in the school student, so I guess for now onwards only programming language is important. So you can learn programming language, you can learn any DBMS, because DBMS is again very important concept. Like you should know MySQL or SQL Server. So this is how a complete project is going to be built. For developing any project, you should know programming language, you should know data structure, and you should know a DBMS. So these are the three important, I guess, if you want to be a IITian, if you want to do or go into IIT, you should have PCM, correct? So similarly, if you want to make your career in IT, so these three are very important. You should know the knowledge of any programming language. You should know how you have to calculate complexity of a program, and you should know how you are going to write a query. So that is the DBMS. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask right now. From this class, if you have not cleared any concept, and if you think, ma'am, I just want one more demo, then I will do one thing. I will take a demo again, but I guess this is enough for you to understand which type of learning we are providing, because it is not a constant ki offline classes hi hona chahiye, because I am in this field from 10 years. So I am giving online classes from 10 years to all the students who want to learn. They are from school, they are from BTech students, they are even assistant professor as well, because we are providing the classes for competitive examinations also. So if you have any doubt, you can ask Aditya.
I don't have any doubts.
Okay, then. So whatever is your feedback, you can share me on the WhatsApp, or you can do a call tomorrow. And if you want, ma'am, I want a demo, and it will also beneficial for us if you ask your friends to also join, because if they want to join, you can give the review to them, and you can tell me, okay, ma'am, I have my 2 to 3 friends. Because see, if you are taking a class in a group, then there is a competitive. So whenever you are learning with the importance of, I have the competition, then again it is very fruitful. You are learning in a batch. तो आप उनसे भी बात कर सकते हैं, आप उनको अपना फीडबैक दीजिए, and if they want a demo, then we can again schedule one demo, and after that you can share us the feedback whether you want to go for this course or not. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much.
Ma'am, actually you take separate batches separately, or like in a group or something?
See, if we take a one-to-one session, then it is also we can also go for one-to-one, and we can also go for group to group. So it depends what you want, because see, when we are giving the classes in group, Then in the group also we have the cap of 5 students. From the 5 students we are not going to take 6 students. Okay, and when we are taking one-to-one session, then थोड़ा course का fee थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है, because we are dedicatedly giving the complete timing to you. So that is the thing कि when we are learning one-to-one, then course का charge थोड़ा increase होता है, and when we are learning in a group, then that is the cost जो हम एक ही cost में सबको पढ़ाते हैं. So, but it totally depends on you if you want to go for one-to-one, because I personally know there are so many students, they don't want to, they want personal attention, and हो सकता है कि आपके ग्रुप में ऐसे स्टूडेंट हो कि उनको थोड़ा पढ़ने में उतना इंटरेस्ट ना हो, तो वी आर ओके विथ one-to-one also. It totally depends on कि आपकी क्या चॉइस है, आप मेरे को बता देना.
Actually, I have actually
And
I
I
have a
guess कि
tight schedule.
अच्छा, हाँ बोलिए.
Yes. हाँ, एक्चुअली मेरा टाइट शेड्यूल रहता है बहुत. सुबह 7 से फिर 10 बजे तक का लेक्चर रहता है, फिर कॉलेजेस का भी लेक्चर रहता है, फिर कोचिंग का भी लेक्चर रहता है सर.
हाँ.
तो इसकी वजह से रात को टाइम मिलता है, इसलिए.
नहीं, तो ये तो अभी टाइम सबके साथ है. दैट इज द थिंग विथ एवरीवन, करेक्ट, बिकॉज एवरीवन सभी की अभी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चल रहे, तो दैट इज द थिंग कि सबके ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चल रहे, तो देयर शुड बी टाइम मैनेजमेंट का एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है. तो उसके लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वही मैंने बोला कि आपका जैसा भी शेड्यूल रहेगा ना, यू कैन टेल मी, बिकॉज नाउ इट इज माई, आई हैव ऑल्सो चिल्ड्रन, एंड उसके भी क्लासेस ऑनलाइन चलते हैं. तो इसीलिए आई पर्सनली नो कि इफ द स्कूल टाइमिंग देयर, तो आपकी पूरी स्कूल की टाइमिंग चलती है, तो इसलिए हम रात का भी सेशन कर सकते हैं. एंड सी प्रोग्रामिंग और एनी लर्निंग, सी प्रोग्रामिंग इज द थिंग कि यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस. फॉर प्रैक्टिस इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम डेली नहीं लेंगे क्लासेस, वी विल गो फॉर अल्टरनेट डेज. इट इज नॉट जस्ट लाइक कि हाँ हमें स्कूल का करिकुलम कंप्लीट करना, बिकॉज यू हैव टू लर्न, करेक्ट. सो इफ यू हैव टू लर्न, देन यू कैन टेल मी कि मैम आप वीक में 2 ही क्लासेस लो, या फिर अल्टरनेट डेज पे लो. तो आप जैसा बोलेंगे हम वैसा क्लास शेड्यूल करेंगे. एंड इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद द नाइट सेशन, देन वी कैन गो अहेड विद 9:30 PM. Because I have the lecture till 9:15, so that's why 15 minutes का मुझे ब्रेक चाहिए रहता है, इसीलिए मैंने ये 9:30 को किया. हाँ, तो आई गेस कि आपके डाउट्स क्लियर हो गए होंगे. स्टिल कुछ भी डाउट रहेगा आप मुझे फोन करके पूछ सकते हैं.
यस मैम. एक्चुअली फीस कितनी होगी फिर अगर?
वो मैं आपको व्हाट्सएप पे बता दूंगी, ठीक है.
ओके.
एंड डोंट वरी, इट्स नॉट अबाउट फीस, बिकॉज फीस का अगर मैं बताऊं
नो मैम,
पर्सनल,
ऐसे पूछा
नहीं, वो
मतलब.
obviously if you want to learn, then obviously you will ask me, but don't worry for it, because it will be very minimal cost, and whatever we will charge, we are giving 100% कि you should have to learn, because हमें आदित्य को सिर्फ सी नहीं पढ़ाना है. I want to teach you complete course, so that when you will see, there are so many jobs जो आप 12th के बाद भी IT में जॉब ले सकते हो. There are so many jobs जो IT के लिए निकलते हैं. Then I will provide you assistant for the job as well. कहाँ पे ये लिखा है कि ग्रेजुएशन करने के बाद ही जॉब लगती है? कहीं पे नहीं लिखा है. So that is how we are working. If you will enroll for any course, then we are there for 24/7 support will be provided. If you want कि नहीं मैम मेरे को जॉब भी देखना है, then we will give you the information कि ठीक है यहाँ पे कैंपस चल रहा है, you go and attend that campus. बिकॉज कई सारे जॉब 10th के बेसिस पे भी आते हैं, 12th के भी बेसिस पे आते हैं, एंड द ऑल जॉब दे आर रिक्वायरिंग एटलीस्ट आपके पास एक सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए फॉर द IT. तो हम उस तरीके से काम करते हैं. एंड आई गेस वी हैव 1 minute लेफ्ट, बिकॉज आई एम टेकिंग द सेशन ऑन जूम. तो जो भी डाउट रहेगा आप मेरे को फोन करके पूछ सकते हैं.
फिर मैम आपको मतलब कैसा लगा कि मेरे मतलब
नो,
थोड़ा
आई एम
बहुत बेसिक्स कैसे?
यस, आपके बेसिक्स अच्छे हैं, and I'm very happy कि I got a student जिनको एटलीस्ट कुछ पता है. बिकॉज इफ यू टोल्ड मी कि मैम मुझे तो वेरिएबल भी नहीं आता, then obviously फिर वो पूरा स्टार्ट से पढ़ाना पड़ता. बट यू हैव द बेसिक क्लियर, सो you can go ahead with the C programming language, no doubt.
So means आप ऐसे कोर्सेस लेते हो ना एडवांस लेवल, बेसिक लेवल से, तो मुझे फिर कौन सा लेवल करना पड़ेगा आपके हिसाब से?
नहीं, इट्स नॉट, देखो सी ऐसा है, उसमें बेसिक और एडवांस का नहीं है. आई गेस ये जूम का सेशन बंद हो जाएगा बिकॉज वी आर रनिंग शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम. तो आप मेरे को फोन कर लेना एक बार, फिर मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ कल, ठीक है?
ओके मैम, कल करोगे? ठीक है.
हाँ, आप मुझे कल कर लेना बिकॉज ये सेशन बंद हो जाएगा अभी. सो थैंक यू सो मच आदित्य. सो डू कॉल मी टुमारो. Anytime I will guide you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good night. Take care.
Okay,
Bye bye.
thank you, ma'am. Bye.